Good morning, Princess, from a calm and slightly wet, it rained earlier, Samana, Dominican Republic. This is a tender port. There are two of the tender boats heading over to the island. They called for tender group number 1, short excursions, half an hour ago. It's about 8:30. Time for a little bit of a breakfast, then a normal cruise morning. We're just gonna, watch the water for a little bit, eat, go to the gym. Then, as soon as they call open tendering, we're gonna take a boat ride. That's it. Over to the town, see what's there. There is nothing there. It's not a port complex or anything. It's like some of the ports, I guess, in the Southern Caribbean. So we'll just go and tool about for a couple minutes and then ride the tender back. It is, wow, mountainous. We miss this in Florida. I will say one thing some of these Caribbean islands have that we kind of, we kind of cool if we had mountains in Florida. It really would. Yikes, it has been literally the same spread every day. I mean, I don't know that anything has changed on the line. Maybe the donuts. I should try one just to, be sure for a complete evaluation. But everything here is the pancakes, sausage, the hash, the charcuterie and stuff. Same every day. Good Lord, I'm sorry, the Dominican Republic is not a serious place. Right, so there's still a customs form, an immigration form. It's like the third one I've done, or whatever. And then an entrance fee, $10. And then are they going to charge an exit fee again at the airport? This is, oh my God. This is such a scam. Like I said, at least the Saudi visa brings health insurance. That is so smart. And the crazy part is with these forms, literally nobody does this anymore. And some of the most restrictive in terms of importing countries in the world, you don't do that anymore. Yeah. So this is, oh my God, what a joke. No, I know what I'm saying. It's 2026. It's real simple. Marco, Mr. President, you want Cuba to be successful? Get them to open up. Well, get them. They will open up. And none of this BS. None of these fees everywhere you turn. Right? In fact, Cuba will be the fee-free vacation paradise. That's what you do. Put all these other countries on blast. The Bahamas, Jamaica, the DR, everyone. Yeah, that's how you do it. I think I talked about it, but I just want to set it straight. The free burgers are better than the paid burgers. In fact, other than the pepperoni pizza, that was good. None of the upcharge food has been particularly good. I really wish I'd just gone to the dining room more. That looks interesting over there. And now that I have all this unspent OBC, I kind of regret getting the dining package. I still have one credit. What am I going to do with it? I always say a cruise is no excuse to skip, but here on Costa, if you don't just skip the whole cruise, which I would recommend, be prepared to be subjected to this in the gym, constant. This announcement loop just won't shut up. It is way, way too loud, and this is not a safety announcement. This is just marketing spiel. Oh my God, these people. Oh, ding dang. Okay, you know what? I will go later and show you the gym. It's good. It's good. There's one weird omission, though. Either way, the thing is done. I think I just said that. I'm going to go to the dining room for lunch. And, you know what? I'm going to get a pizza for dinner. I'm just going to go. Yeah, it's just the easiest thing. Oh, yeah. All right, let me go get turned over. The lunch service goes until 2. Then after that, hopefully they're at open tendering, because I heard they said, ticket distribution is starting, but then there's been no announcements. I'm just wondering if people are just staying on board. The starter is a veal liver pate with a Chianti wine reduction. 3 courses. And not a salad, though. Actually, let me look at the menu again. I don't think there was a salad. Next, we have the gnocchi with pumpkin cream and pork jowl. I do not recall ever seeing pork jowl on the menu. I'm sure it's been in sausages. And the main course is roasted veal with blueberry sauce and polenta. And you can see it up at the top there. And for dessert, we have coffee cake. But no, oh, you know what? I didn't ask if ice cream was an option. That's okay. Okay, it is time for a tender ride. I presume it is open tendering. There's been no announcements. It looks not, well, I think there's been longer ones. It's not like Belly City. That is a long tender ride. And this, more like, it's not Halifax. One of the, Rhode Island, was not Provincetown. That was kind of a long ride, I think. Anyway, here we go. Neither side is boarding. Neither platform is boarding. Not one side of the ship. I'm only doing this so I don't regret not going to Samana. There is, okay, I will say this. There is a notably lower than 50% chance that I will ever be back here because I wouldn't have a reason to. All right, yeah, we're just going to go and look, and that's it. Like I said, there's nothing there. I did put on my away shoes. All right, this will probably be the last mission for these. They been through a lot, been a lot of different places. I don't want to show you the soles because they are worn down. They're still comfy though, but you know a problem. I'm sure everybody has this problem. You get a pair of shoes that you like, and you might be able to reorder them once, but then the manufacturer changes the model. I don't think this particular style is available anymore. There's, new alternatives. I don't want new alternatives. I want this exact same one. All right, everyone. Welcome to Samana. Apparently, there's a pool or something. All right, well, this is not nothing, but it is. Oh, wow. Ugh, there's a line. Okay, we're gonna have to fight that battle again. Well, here we are. I thought we were gonna be like over there in, I guess, the little town area, but I guess not. Oh boy. It's pretty. It's pretty. Nice marina-ish, I guess. Wait. Snap. What? All right, hold on. Let's go check this out. Wow. There's an entertainment area. There's baños, tiendas, and a parquero. Of course, a parking lot. That's exactly what a bunch of cruise passengers would need, right? Okay. All right. What does this say? All right, it does say Samana Bay Port. Okay, right. The A's were, like, artistic. Whew. And there is a field of some kind. There is a larger tender, I think, going back and forth. Hopefully, we'll be able to catch that one. They did bring out a platform. Okay, they're trying. Somebody's trying, but. Why? Again, these are such easy problems to solve. I don't understand why nothing is really being done. All right, here we go. Wow. This must be brand new. Look at this. The sod hasn't even taken root yet. Wow. Okay. A wedding later? Maybe? I mean, probably not. For us, it is 3 o'clock, so all aboard is soon. I think 5:30, and there is a little hut. I don't know that was necessarily associated with the DR, but yeah, here we are. Nathan's. Oh, yes. Let's come all the way to the Dominican Republic to get Nathan's hot dogs. And there she is, way out there, Costa Pacifica. Okay, the local merchant tables are what is set up in here. Okay, I guess the usual kind of stuff. All right, yeah, it's fine. Okay. Oh, and I guess there's even a friendly neighborhood doggo. All right, well, let's go check out over here. Yeah, there's a pool. Okay, that's a plus. All right, I will admit, if they did leave an information sheet about this port. I didn't look at it just because the few things I'd heard people talking about it are that there's nothing here. And I guess, well, you know what, it depends on the perspective. Compared to Cabo Rojo, no, there's literally nothing here. But compared to, where were we a couple months ago? In Guadalupe. No, not Guadalupe. Yeah, one of the other ones, where the ship parks at a container port, and you just kind of like walk straight to the main street. And the swimming pool is free! Yay! Okay. All right, another friendly, well, lazy neighborhood dog. You know what? I'll take a little bit of video later, but I will say at least the pool on the cruise ship, this cruise ship, is very, very, very clean. And all right, well, there you go. Rules if you're ever here: no pushing into water. There you go. No rough or no running or gal play, gauche play. I wonder what could that mean? All right, cocktail bar, pina colada, $6. A cocoa, $5. Cuba Libre, $7. A saoco, which is cocoa and ron añejo, $7. Okay, and they get everything, of course: cash, Visa, MasterCard, and what do you got here? Little coconuts. Welcome to our patio. Proudly serving whatever you bring. Okay, well, I wasn't allowed to bring anything. Oh. No, you know what? I think I've had this before. I don't know why or where. Cool. All right, I guess these are all for sale too. Or, no, I guess these are just here at the bar. Oh no, I'm sure everyone's devastated. The Nathan's truck is closed. I know. I was so looking forward to it. Oh well. The bridge outside of that little island. It's very strange that they would have that. I don't know what's out there. It's on the map. You can probably just go look. But it's kind of a pretty boat ride. It's a beautiful day. It is not cold at all. Nice and jungly over there. That's actually kind of impressive. And the pool's, it's a decent size, I will admit. It is quite nice. Okay, yellow flag warning. Let's go investigate that other building, and I think we're done. Actually, with the temperature, it just kind of reminds me that tomorrow, it's going to be kind of a miserable day. I have to debark the ship. They do let you stay on a little bit later than normal, which is nice. But then my flight's at 2, got an hour ride to the airport, and then, I know, I wanted something and something different, and you gotta fly for that. Oh boy. I think this is the actual exit here. Okay, well, they're set up for something. Maybe it's always like this. But, oh, no, that's the bathroom. Okay. All right, well, more stuff. And that is not a bridge of any kind. So I guess you can't even walk to, well, oh, maybe you can over there. If you really wanted to walk to the, oh, okay. There you go. I was like, there's a sign that said Ciudad this way. Okay, this is, I guess, the exit. All right, well, let's walk over here, and then I think, oh my God, the Tenderloin. Oh, jeez. Hey, it's fine. Oh, wow, yeah. Walk all the way around to over there. I guess that's probably where the little gate is. I wonder if these are new or something. I don't know. They, this will never be dredged for like a cruise ship access, but you know, this is a place where, because this is, you know, they could put some things here. This is a place where they really need a large, like, specific tender operation. Again, guys, like Norwegian did it very well at Great Stirrup Cay. You know, I don't know why more places, more tender ports don't build up that infrastructure. It's not that hard. Okay, here we go. I know, it's very South Pacific. All right, well, this is cool. You know what? Like I said, it's very, very unlikely I will ever come back here. However, you know, I would, you know, it would be nice to come and explore what they have done with this port in the future. Because, yeah, a lot of money is poured into this. But, or, you know, maybe they're expecting, you know, honestly, is the kind of thing, this, if Cuba, when Cuba opens up, ooh, boy, it's gonna get interesting. Oh my God, look at this. Jeez. All right. Onward. Oh, they were giving away free beer when we just came by there. Maybe they gave it all away. I'm gonna go on a limb and say this is maybe not run by the same cartel as every other port, because they actually thought ahead to put up covers. And there's no Dominican Things shop. There's no duty-free shop, and they wouldn't give that up. They would build the whole port just for that. Interesting. I wonder who got in on the action. Wonder how much it cost them. Made it back. I am salty. Spray. Okay, so what cruise line is going to be the first to do the smart thing and switch to the walkthrough scanners like at all the theme parks, except Universal. Come on, guys. And more tenders. They cram everybody in there. It's just like, no, more tenders. That's the answer. And I know someone had a spreadsheet. Well, if we fit this many guests, blah, blah, blah. It's just uncomfortable. Stop it. One thing the event staff got right is a lot of the games or trivias or whatever, they're pictures or music. I walked in for Disney music trivia. However, I think I've only seen Mulan once, and I only know like the one song, I'll Make a Man of You. The one they chose, I did not recognize. I know, I'm so sad. All right, well, they're bringing one tender back in. Everyone might be back on board, who knows. And, well, where's the other one? Oh, there is the other one. Wait, is this? Yeah, we did board on this side. And are people still? It's kind of hard to tell. Anyway, no, there come the flags. All right, well, maybe we're done. Here we are. This is the northern. No, actually, we're on the northern side of the island, but this is on the opposite side of a peninsula, which I don't know the name of. So there you go. And the ship. It's like it moved a lot. There we go. Bringing number 11 back on board. Unfortunately, the sun is in the way. Well, not really in the way, but it is bright. Maybe we'll go hang out on the other side to see that one come back in. Actually, the pictures come out a little bit, well, not better because of the light, but they look better because of the bright sun in the background. All right, there we go. Rolling her back in. Yeah, I know, the joke on X is, it's a Costa cruise, but no. They were bringing a lifeboat back aboard. We're not, they didn't run into anything. I'll come up with something better. Oh my fracking God. The absolute worst thing ever happened. Finally, day 7. I left my key card in my room, and because apparently there are a lot of problems. Apparently guests have chronic problems because there's always a line at guest services. Usually, yeah, on embarkation day, certain things don't happen. Things have happened to me, but eventually it just gets to be nothing. And on a lot of cruises lately, even on the last day, it's been pretty quiet. But here, there's just chronic problems, I guess, because there's always, every night, every day, there's a line at guest services. And now I have to go make the line to get a key. Now, yes, I should have checked my key, but if there weren't so many problems, there wouldn't be a line, and this would be like no big deal. Ay. Got my card. All right, fortunately, whoops, sorry about that. They had 2 agents floating the line, so it was able to be taken care of quickly. All right, there's no discussion. I just needed a new card. All right, we are back at Pumidoro. Here we go with my pizza carbonara. Wow. This is on the super special upcharge menu. It is included in, there was some question, but she double checked, and yes, I can use the package, which is, I would be shocked if it wasn't, because even with this, I overpaid. So, yeah. Anyway, I think oh my gosh. I think we've learned that Pumidoro is the best overall venue on the ship. Although, the dining room, you know what? It's not too bad. Lunch was good. The dinner was good. If you stick with those 2, I think you'll have a great cruise. Oh, the buffet was good too. Just kind of all over the place. And breakfast, exact same thing every day. So, but yes, the pepperoni I had a couple nights ago, and this, fantastic. The salmon, it's kind of weird, but whatever. All right, well, it's just time to kill. I have $10 left in OBC to spend. I don't know. Maybe I'll just get a gelato, or I don't know. Maybe there's some merchy trinket. I'll go. You know what? Let's go to the shops and see. Why not? Credit where it's due. This is a very, very nice model. Uh-oh. I don't want to try. Okay, I'm gonna. Oh, ow, ow, jeez, it's heavy too. Good Lord. Okay. Yes, this is actually a lot nicer than the plasticky looking white models, or even the glass ones, which I never liked. Some people love those things. I think they're kind of tacky. But this, okay, yeah. This weighs a good pound. Oh my gosh. Okay, how accurate is it? I don't really know. Anyway, okay, there you go. Plus, to Costa's credit, apparently the packages also work tomorrow. I probably could have gotten away with a soda package, to be honest, because only 2 days that I really have cocktails. I have to figure out a way to spend 8 fun E's. That's it. That's the remainder of my shareholder OBC, because it does not apply to the service charge. I know. Ugh, it's so frustrating. Check it out, Costa ducks. These are the only ducks I have seen on this cruise here in the gift shop. All right, let's see how much are they? $9.90. That'd be kind of perfect. All right, well, it's an option. Notice they did not change the model. They did not update the model with the new livery. Yeah, maybe not. I'm not really sure. Okay, anybody? Is it tradition to not update the models, or what? Apparently, there is no 24-hour drink station. I think, well, I'm trying to think. Okay, well, we know MSC is 24 hours because of that night, and pretty sure Royal Caribbean has 24 hours, but where else have we even tried? Well, actually, every other disembarkation day we've been up, there's always at least been coffee available. It is, well, actually it's just before 6. Anyway, breakfast starts at 6:30, I guess, then, but still.